So the Las Vegas Raiders are clearly trying to tank this season. Now, as I said before, if Gardner Minshew is named QB1 going into the Miami game, it is all over. It is done. It is a catastrophe. Antonio Pierce believes, according to his own statements, that a particular quarterback gives the team the best chance to win. And that quarterback is, drumroll please.
I know the quarterback.
Yeah, Gardner Minshew.
What went into that decision?
Listen, when we brought in Gardner, we expected, obviously, the play that we had seen in the past. And, at some point, you got to give a guy confidence. And there's been times, obviously, with turnovers and other things that have taken place where we made decisions to either put him on the bench or go to another quarterback. But this week, I felt like, Gardner gives us the best opportunity to move forward. And he has every opportunity to go out there and help us get to a win.
Gardner Minshew. Are you kidding me right now? Gardner, Fumblerooski, turnover, Minshew is the guy that we are going to make the starter against Miami. The guy who has not been able to get it together for this entire season and put together a real solid game gives us a better chance of winning over Desmond Ritter. The Tankathon is on, guys. I'm sorry to say it is going to be an abysmal season to watch. And Antonio Pierce either hates his job and wants to be fired, or there is something going on with him and Mark Davis where he has been guaranteed that he will be the coach next year. Don't worry about it, but make sure you tank this season so that we can get Shedeur Sanders. I know that's a conspiracy. I know there's no facts behind that to prove it, but how else can you explain to me that Gardner Minshew gives this team the best chance to win, Antonio Pierce? How can you justify that to the Raider Nation? The fans who spend their money to go watch the games, the fans who spend their money to watch the games on TV, the fans who buy the merchandise of the Raiders, who watch these podcasts like mine. How can we explain this to the fan base of the Raider Nation that Gardner, Minshew, Fumblerooski, turnover gives us the best chance over Desmond Ritter? Listen, I'm not saying Desmond Ritter is Patrick Mahomes. I'm not saying he's Josh Allen. But what I am saying is this: he's not Gardner Minshew, which is a good thing. Gardner Minshew, nothing personally against him. I think he's a great guy. But he is not a starting level quarterback in the NFL. He is not ready for prime time. He never will be ready for prime time. He simply doesn't have the genetics to make him good for prime time. He's supposed to be a mobile quarterback. He's falling on his face 9 times out of 10. I don't see mobility out of him at all. And when he does scramble out of the pocket, what does Gardner Minshew do? He'll either throw an incomplete pass, or he'll throw an interception, or he'll throw the ball out of bounds, or he'll take a sack and a fumble. Most of the turnovers that the Raiders have had that have cost us games has come from one man, Gardner Minshew. From his fumbles to his interceptions, this dude is bringing this team down. And that's why I say it is very clear that either, number one, Antonio Pierce is clearly not cut out to be a head coach in the NFL because he does not know how to make decisions, or the decision is coming from above. If a team were to get caught intentionally tanking a season to manipulate the draft, that could cost them their draft picks. It is against the NFL rules to intentionally lose games. And if that is what the Raiders are now doing by putting Gardner Minshew, and I just got off the live stream and came over and made this video as soon as I watched Antonio Pierce's presser, that if the Raiders announce that Gardner Minshew will be the QB1, the Raiders are tanking. Because there is no justification. You cannot come out and honestly, with a straight face, and tell everybody that Gardner Minshew gives this team the best chance to win. It just doesn't add up. It just doesn't add up, Raider Nation. With that being said, there is some good news, and that is that Michael Mayer will be playing in this game. So we do get to see our second-round draft pick from 2 years ago get out there back on the field. Good to see. And then this, still no information, as though the Raiders really didn't know where he was. Antonio Pierce made this statement here, which is just weird.
Excited, man. It was good to see Big Mike back, man. Just, he looked good, had a little tan. So I don't know where he was at, but he was hanging out somewhere good.
So the only information you're going to say, well, wherever he was, he got a good tan. I don't know. You're lying. There's no way that the Raiders organization did not know where their second-round draft pick was from 2 years ago. They know, but they will not tell us what's going on. They're going to play dumb as though we're just going to accept that Antonio Pierce has not known this entire time where Michael Mayer is. The good news is Michael Mayer is back. He's getting in football shape. Throughout the bye week, he was in the facility training, getting ready to make his re-debut to the Raiders. And I, for one, am happy to see it. Unfortunately, he'll have Gardner Minshew throwing the ball. And I think it's pretty obvious that you need Michael Mayer back because he is a great blocker. And we're going to have to be in max protect to protect little Gardner Minshew from getting sacked, fumbles, and interceptions throughout the entire game, which means we're going to have another boring game where the Raiders are going to get blown out by the Miami Dolphins. We'll come out, we'll probably score a touchdown or a field goal on the first drive. And then after that, Gardner Minshew will probably fumble 3 times and throw 3 interceptions and get benched in the third or fourth quarter. And then Desmond Ritter will be told out to go out there and play in garbage time again. This cycle of insanity of how Antonio Pierce is making decisions just continues. Nothing has changed. Tankathon is on 2024. Raiders are racing to the bottom to see if we can get that first round draft pick. It is a sad, sad sight to see. And I, for one, am just disgusted. Drop a comment down below and let me know how you guys feel about this. Do you think this decision is really coming from Antonio Pierce? Or do you think this decision is coming from above him and that there is a secret deal to tank the season to get Shedeur Sanders, which we all know Tom Brady wants to have on the team?